what? Let's say half of her fans, who knows what the percentage, would have come over to the WNBA if she were a black baller. If she were black. Let's just say half. I mean, give or take 10, 15%, whatever. It's the other half we have a problem with. It's not the people who have come over because of her greatness. It's the people who have come over because of her whiteness. And that's the crew that we're dealing with. And they're toxic, and they're bigoted, and I don't know if all publicity is good publicity.
Right. Yeah, because I think there was a congressman somewhere that sent a letter to the WNBA on Caitlin's behalf. They're beating her up. They're setting hard screens, and especially after the foul by young lady Carter from the Chicago Sky. I mean, that's it all. And it's deeply rooted in racism, and people hate when you pull the race card. But it is what it is.
It's what it is. I don't even like the term card because it's racism, and it's also sexism too, because they're coddling her, right? Like I don't think that they'd be complaining on some of these fouls if it was a white male player. Like there's a intersectional race and gender dynamic going on, because like they didn't have this reaction when Angel Reese taken by her throat by Alyssa Thomas, who's the third best player in the WNBA, by the way, and slammed and down to the ground. And if that had happened, that was 2 days earlier. If that had happened to Caitlin, my God, it would be like 3 times worse blowback than the Kennedy Carter foul. So when you see people losing their mind after watching Draymond Green do that foul on every Tuesday and Friday like clockwork for years, and now you're losing your mind. They don't see Caitlin Clark. And when I say they, let's call it the Kate Hive. When I say they, I'm talking about predominantly white men. And predominantly, not all, but predominantly white men who've ignored the WNBA all of these years are coming over for the first time, don't even know the WNBA is more physical than the NBA because they legislated physicality out of the NBA, and they're having a visceral reaction. It's like Caitlin's their daughter or little sister. And I don't mean 22-year-old daughter. I mean like 9-year-old daughter. Like that's the reaction they're having. And you're like, wait a second. This is a fierce athlete who just balled out in Iowa, and she could give it good to other people, and she could talk trash. She's fierce. Why are you treating her like she's 9 years old? Do we need to go to therapy?